Okay, so today we are going to be speaking about speaker one sheets, not the classic ones that you're thinking about. I'm talking about a speaker one sheet for the AI paradigm. As you remember, people used to be so obsessed with their one sheets. For a long time, I've been an advocate of you don't really need one. Your website takes the place of a speaker one sheet. The problem with speaker one sheets is you get very little space. You're trying to get everything into a single page and you're not really able to capture everything you do. So it's really just a glorified flyer. And if you spent thousands of dollars getting a speaker one sheet done, I apologize for saying that, but that's just my opinion on it. I just do not think they are worth it. But I am going to show you a way to really create a speaker one sheet that works and will actually generate some real revenue and a return on your investment. And here's the magic. The investment is $0 to create this one sheet. That's it. $0 to create a one sheet that you can build yourself and put out there and it will get you work. Now, why can you do it yourself? Because AI does not care about the design of your one sheet. It is looking at content. So if you are in the ASSC, this video will be there and some of these downloads and templates will also be on the site a little bit later today. But if you're not in the ASSC, take some pictures. Take some pictures, take some screenshots as I'm talking, because the information that I'm going to give you today is going to be something you can implement yourself without downloading anything. Just go out and build it yourself very, very easily. So let's just start. Now, what are the elements of a proper AI speaker one sheet? Well, it's really, really simple. What you want to do is you want to create a document with all the information that you have about you. That's it. So basically taking most of the content about your website, putting it on this one document. But here are the core elements you're going to need. You're going to just have speaker : name, website, LinkedIn, Calendly link, right? Just nice plain stuff. Then you are going to want to have your bio. So you'll put your bio in there. That will give the AI context on your experience in your topic. Then you are going to need your positioning statement and your proposed keynotes. Right now, the people that are not in the ASSC are going, but where do I find my positioning statement? Where do I find my keynote write-ups? I'm going to give you three options. So the first option is going to speakingbusiness.tools. This is a free option for people that are not in the ASSC. You can try these tools. I believe you get 5 tries. So, like a good little wizard, I say use your wish as well. You can use the speaker positioning coach and you can generate a positioning statement. You can then use the keynote accelerator to generate your write-ups. Now, if you are in the ASSC, obviously you can use our tools. We've got the Keynote Accelerator 2.0 in here, and we've got the Unfair Advantage tool in here. Again, with this one on the ASSC site, it's a little bit more robust. You'll be able to put in your website, your speaker name, what kind of write-up you want, a keynote, breakout, workshop, roundtable, whatever you want, and then a little description of your talk, and it will generate an output of your program or programs. Because here's the thing, with this, you can put in multiple programs. If you have 4 or 5 programs, put all of them in. And here is your hot tip. If you have written a book and you have a Word document of that book, the original Word document, you can put this at the front of your Word document and save it. Then now it's got the context of your entire book and your positioning statement, your keynotes, proposals, and your speaker bio all there in one single document. Why is this important? I am going to show you. Now, the first example is, this is Ashley Reynolds. She is a fictional speaker that I use to create AIs for speakers. So this is the original AI demo used Ashley Reynolds, who is a servant leadership speaker. So I'm filling this in with Ashley's name, a fake website. It'd be her LinkedIn profile, be there, and then a Calendly link. So I just put in a Calendly link to mine for an AI tool consult. In fact, you know what, Aiden, if you're watching this and you're not getting yourself a coffee, drop that link into the chat, and so people can book you for an AI consult. Anyway, so there's her bio. her positioning statement, and her keynote topic. And she only has one because it was a demo. So if you have 5 or 6, you would be able to create this. Program title, you all know the drill. Program title, short description, detailed description, learning objectives, and engagement style. It's all there, along with a little fake bio. And then right below that, I've got the book text. Now, obviously, as a fictional speaker, she does not have a book. So I don't have any book text to put in there. So how do I use this? The first thing I do is I go to ChatGPT and I ask for a list of, where is it right here? Create a list of the top 25 event cities in America. So here they are: Orlando, Las Vegas, Chicago, Nashville. I can read all 20 of them, but there they are. You now have a list of cities to prospect. Then what you'll want to do is you'll go to ChatGPT and you will ask it, find events happening in Orlando in November 2025. Remember, we're looking at, we've done the search for the top 25 cities, so we're starting with Orlando. And you always start your search 6 months out, right? If anything closer than 6 months, 6 to 9 months is the window when people are thinking about hiring the speakers. So if you're looking for stuff in June, guess what? They've already hired their speakers. If you're looking for stuff for July, they've probably already got their speakers. So you're looking 6 to 9 months out. So I'm just picking November as a little test here. Find events happening in Orlando in November 2025 where Ashley, and I spelled her name wrong even. I did that on purpose. No, I didn't. But anyway, I spelled her name wrong, would be a good fit as a keynote or breakout speaker. Include the website of the event, the location, date, and link to the contact page or team page. It found 1, 2, 3, 4 events. So now let's click on this one here. Oh, look, it is a real event and registration is live. So she can actually do that one. But if we go back here, now we go down and we say, explain why Ashley would be a good fit. I guess, again, I spelled her name wrong. Explain why Ashley would be a good fit and tell me the top 3 challenges faced by attendees. So again, it will go out there. And remember, it's using that AI one sheet, which can be unlimited. It's not a one sheet because it can have hundreds of pages in it, because it doesn't really matter if it's got your book. It just needs to have your content and have context for the AI to do its job. So this Synergy 2025, it's now, there it is. Why is Ashley a good fit? Gathers professionals, blah, 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 blah. Tells why it's a good fit. There are the top challenges for attendees. So this is finding this in Orlando. Now, I remember when I started in this back in 2005, looking for engagements was a full-time job. We have just found 4 engagements that are aligned with this speaker's expertise and topic in what, a minute, 2 minutes on AI? Yeah, that's how quickly it works. So that is one way to do your prospecting. The next way to do your prospecting is to go here and do a deep research. And right now, I did a search for create a list of state chapters for the American Bankers Association, include the websites for each, text, not hyperlinks, and the names and contact information of the leadership team for each chapter. So this is a deep search. When you do this, there's a little button down here that says deep search. It will do the deep search. It will take 20, 25 minutes. It's going to ask you some follow-up questions to clarify what you're looking for, which I answered. And then it created a sheet with all the phone numbers, all the contact information, when their next meeting is, their websites, the name of contact of the executive person. This is critical information that it used to be almost impossible to find. So how do you use this now in the context of that AI one sheet that I just showed you how to create? Well, if I take just this first one here, this was Scott Latham. So I've got Scott Latham here from, which one is that? That would be Alabama. And I say, research the top 3 challenges faced by attendees at the following association and create a custom email introduction for Ashley Reynolds as a good fit to speak at their next event. Integrate the challenges in the email. So all I did was paste that one row everything from that one row. The one thing to remember is you always need the HTTPS on ahead of every website so the AI can actually visit it. Here it is. There are the top 3 challenges. There is the email to Latham explaining the challenges and why Ashley is a good fit. Now imagine doing this for you. It's quickly writing the emails. Then I can say customize the keynote for this organization. Now, if you have multiple keynotes, you'd say customize my first keynote or my second keynote, or you can identify it by name. AI is pretty smart. It'll figure it out. And it says, absolutely, here's the customized keynote. Here is now Ashley's generic keynote that we created in the Keynote Accelerator, and it is customized to address the challenges faced by the people that are in the people that are going to be attending that meeting. That is it's a game changer for speakers that want to do research on a regular, consistent basis. I can tell you last night, I actually sat down to test all this stuff out because I like to test things before I tell people about them. And within about an hour, I was able to submit 10 or 15 applications. I was using my own stuff and I was just submitting application after application after application. It's almost addictive. You're like, just, okay, I can apply, I can apply, I can apply. It made it so easy. Now, if you want to make it stupidly easy, the other option is to actually have an AI built on you. And this is something that I have done. So I've got one. This is the demo that I have for Ashley Reynolds. It's a stage finder and a customizer. And what this does is because it's trained on everything Ashley, all she has to do is put in her the city she wants to work in. Remember those top 25 event cities, the date she wants to work in. And when she puts it here, what the output is, it's not only that introduction email and the customized RFP, it also generates a sequence of emails that are follow-ups, a voicemail, a customized voicemail, and then it also creates 500-word article for that event that takes into account Ashley's experience and her topic. And if you've uploaded, this is trained on books, so it would take content from your book, it would take the challenges that's identified from the event, integrate that into a 500-word article for that association, and then it finds 10 more events that are similar to that association event. So this is a custom one. If you're in the ASSC, you can talk to me about it. I'll drop the link in. If anybody's interested, you can do that. Aiden, drop that link in if you're back from getting your coffee yet. That is it, guys. The important thing you want to do, and I'm going to put this back to the original page. This is what you want to screenshot. This is the new one sheet that is actually going to get you work as opposed to the old one sheets, which really just were flyers. So do you want to just create the flyer and invest lots of money in creating a fancy flyer? Or do you want to spend no money using these tools, the free ones that you can get from Speaking Business Tools? You get 5 tries before it asks you to pay 15 bucks. Listen, 15 bucks isn't that much. I would encourage you to spend the 15 bucks and you can use this as much as you want, or join the ASSC and have access to our whole suite of tools, which will, again, help you on an ongoing basis, and you get the meetings every week. So that's always great, and you get 30 minutes with me every month. That is my big pitch. Guys, enjoy the networking. Aiden, back to you.